It was beautiful. It really was. Eau Claire was a beautiful, beautiful city. It kind of reminds me of Portsmouth, Ohio. I thought that was a gorgeous city too. A lot of rustic buildings and historic buildings. Saw some old mills that were up against the Chippewa River. I've never seen that river before. It was really cool. Basically, the coin show was in some sort of a brewery. I can't remember the name. The brewing project or something like that. The brewing project, I believe that's what it was called. It's kind of neat seeing all those vats and everything. Yeah, it smells like beer in there. You know, it was pretty cool. I really liked the room and stuff. It's nice that I met a lot of new people there, and I was very, very friendly. I'm just in a great mood. I just am. We got another show next weekend. I guess I'll talk about some things that sold, because I got about a 2-hour drive here, folks. Let's see. Sold a calf bus, the one that I bought yesterday when I was having that ride along with Simon. Sold that because it was great. Basically, I had a couple Enox ones that were VF30, VF35. You put them together, compare. That raw one was clearly in better condition. So I did a combo price on one of the graded ones and that. Sold it. And it was fantastic. What else did I sell? Oh yeah. That nice 2-cent coin that basically fell behind my desk for about 2 months when I was rummaging around picking up all the little scraps and stuff from when I'm doing my flips and carding and stuff like that. I wanted to clean up my office because I kind of anal sometimes. But anyway, on that coin, that thing sold immediately at this show. It was gone. Got my asking price, which is nice. So somebody's taking home a beautiful Mid-State 62 red brown. Beautiful little wood grain on it. Those are tough to find. So my first impressions when I walked into the show, I was kind of wowed by this beautiful room with the vault ceilings and stuff like that. I'm like, where are you guys? Where's my table? She's like, oh, well, just your name tags are on the table. Just go find yours. Oh, okay. So I'm in the back by the a bar or whatever. They probably sometimes have gatherings up there. Anyways, so the light bulb was on, I mentioned. And I'm like, well, you know, if you got a light bulb, I got a ladder, I can change it for you, no problem. And then somebody overheard me and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take care of that, no problem. I'm like, I didn't think anybody was listening to me because it was kind of dark, you know, and I didn't bring a light, like my normal light. Then basically really close to when the show was going to open, they asked me to slide my table down because somebody bought a double table right. They had to fit them right there. So they put me in like a corner where it was just the darkest area ever. And again, I feel like we're getting the short end of the stick again, you know what I'm saying? That's fine. So I run back to my van, grab an extension cord. I have a 4,000 lumen halogen light and some duct tape. And so, and I just took my stool and just stood up there on the water pipe, just taped it, pointed it down. It was perfect lighting. That was awesome. That's what I needed to do. And so I feel like there was a lighting problem and I took care of it. So people don't need to use a flashlight to look at my coins. But I had a lot of admiration. Yes, guys, I'm driving, so I'm not going to read chats right now. Just telling my story here. Yes, I had a lot of admiration. Sales were okay. You know, I'm just a part-timer, dude. I'm not going to complain about it, man. You know, we got other shows. You know, I got a busy summer. We'll get some inventory back for sure. So this one person comes up. Well, I'm going to talk about a couple of cool people I met. So this first older guy, I can't remember his name, but we were just talking about collectibles and stuff like that. And he's like, oh yeah, I used to have a very extensive collection of Civil War stuff. I'm like paper money or memorabilia? He's like, yeah, memorabilia. Oh, cool. Then he opens up his phone and shows me like guns and rifles with bayonets, and he had uniforms and I was just like, wow, dude, that was just so cool. Like, he's just showing me his collection. He's telling me his story. He sold about 50% of them. He says he was purchasing them back in the 80s and the 90s. And he's like, I was getting a whole suit for like $60. Really? And, you know, a couple other things. He's paying like $6 for this. Maybe he paid $100 for the rifle. He's like, lately in the last 5 or, well, he's probably saying up to about 4 years ago, it really climbed. And I was exclaiming to him, like, yes, a lot of collectibles, they really, really appreciated. And I guess people were just bidding really high for stuff. Stuff was going for records, even if it was like a video game, a rare coin, some certain memorabilia, just because of the stimulus checks that came in and stuff like that. That's what I'm kind of thinking. And people didn't have all the expenses of driving all the time because that was kind of shut down. So people just had money saved up. And I thought that was kind of neat that, you know, he was able to talk about that, sold about 50% of it, still had it, and he's still collecting coins. I thought that was pretty neat. I met another person, I think his name is Elias or Ellis. I'm sorry if I get your name wrong, man. Up North Coins. He's from Duluth. He has a YouTube channel. He sent it to me, and I clicked on it. I'm like, hey, I'm already subbed to you, man, and I didn't even know it. I guess something was really cool that popped up on my recommendations, and I watched you, and I liked it, and I subscribed. So that was pretty neat. And he brought, I'd say, about 15 coins, which I thought were great, beautiful Mercury dimes and Barber dimes. Can you guys hear me very well? I know this truck's kind of noisy. I don't have sound deadening. So anyway, he had a lot of dimes, like I said. He had a beautiful Barber Porter that was toned. I was interested in that. Yeah. He has some V-nickels, some cool V-nickels. A Mid-State 63, old green holder, 1908, with the gold cack. I was like, oh, wow. I don't see this too often. He also had another one that had a green cack on it. So, great stuff. I mean, that's the stuff to collect. Had some bodacious toning on some Morgan dollars and stuff, and I really admired that. I told him, you know, I had to subsidize, you know, from the last couple shows for, I just kind of needed the money, guys, honestly. You know, I'm a real dude. I just I had an opportunity to, like, really attack my business credit card and really get that down to where I can manage it. I wanted to get it at around $1,000 balance. I can manage that. Now I feel like the weight has lifted off my shoulder, but it's like if you don't buy, you die. That was some good capital I could have used. But my plan is, when I work this summer, I probably won't go to a couple shows. I'll just buy some more inventory. And the money that I got today, I'm basically dedicating this to grading all my coins at BCGS. Their website is up now, so I'm going to, that's my plan this week, get that done, and get my vinyls ordered for my van. And I got a lot of stuff I got to do this week. I got to go to Minneapolis, finish up the kitchen, and I'm starting a great big remodel on Wednesday, which will carry me through to the 20th. Crazy. Then I got a basement on the 21st, 22nd, something like that. When I'm finished with that, I can go to another job. My buddy just got a big job. He wants my help. I'm like, I can't promise anything, man. I'm busy too. So it's going good. I have futures. That's what I need. When I'm running a business, I gotta know I have futures. That just gives me fuel. Money's fuel. So when I go to this show in different places, I'm learning about marketing in different regions, regional marketing. And is it a coincidence that, you know, people may be afraid of spending their money a little bit? I hear you. They're afraid to spend their money right now because silver went wham, down $5. Gold, what'd that drop? Honestly, 100, 120, 125, something like that last week. I didn't see any gold for sale at all, right? Silver, like, I've seen them still at 36 bucks on generics. I couldn't honestly tell you if they sold any today. I wasn't a buyer for that price. If I thought I could sell myself for that, I probably would have took some stuff out. But you know, it's like we got a dollar cost average. We got another show coming. Save your capital. Wait for customers and clients to come in if they want to sell something to myself, instead of being, oh, you know, I'm all excited. I gotta buy this and this from my. No, that's something I have started to refrain from doing, because I want to have that capital when somebody comes to my table. Now I'm in the driver's seat. So when it's like you're looking for a gray sheet price on a particular coin, sometimes you can't find that number. Mid-state 66 plus. Well, it's kind of difficult. I don't have the gray sheet app. Again, I'm part-timer. I didn't want to spend the money for the gray sheet app, which I could have just clicked on it and kind of figured that out for a total example. I kind of had it backwards calculate, like, what is the actual premium difference between a 66 and a 66 plus. Pretty much calculates about 12.5% more. So if I look at a mid-state 66 sold example of a certain coin, then I add that 12.5% to a sold listing and kind of just guesstimate from that point, and then go backwards at like 25% and then make an offer. And then sometimes the client's just not happy about that. I guess I'd have to say, I'm just sorry, man. You know, I have done the same thing for years. The same thing for years. I've been hanging on to that really nice walker of mine, and people want to buy it for the price I paid for it. I figure it's going to go up. It has. Literally, like, the retail value has increased, but the sold listings have basically remained the same. So that's the dilemma I have. You know, when I was a collector versus moving into learning all the tricks of the trades, being a dealer, it changed my perspective on things. And I'm trying my best. Never give up. Never give up. There's always another day. Yes, I hear you, man. So you got a couple people in the chat. That's awesome. Am I still in Wisconsin? Yeah, I think I am. I'm still in Wisconsin. Are we by Wapani, Wisconsin? I have a friend named Johnny Wapani from Wisconsin. No, I'm just kidding. That was kind of cool. That's about it, guys. I'm probably assuming this is kind of noisy in here anyways, but I just want to make you laugh and giggle a little bit. We'll see what happens on the next show. I just figure I'm just be too exhausted tonight to do a video on this, so I figured I'd just drive and chat about it. I bought one coin. It was a 7 tail feather raw, but it ended up being a 7 over 8 tail feather, so I figured there's a little equity on there. Little equity, that's for sure. That's all I got. Again, I just didn't see the caliber of stuff that I'd be interested in buying at tables, but that one person up north coins, yeah, I liked his stuff. I really did. I admire a guy like that. Collects really nicely colored stuff, high grade, green beans. That's the stuff. That is definitely the stuff for sure. I do have a couple of pieces, but I could always want more, that's for sure. Hope I'm on the right track here. Hello. Let's see. What is going on? Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you go. This semi truck, it's got its emergency lights on. See ya. What's going on? What's going on?